the appearance of brightness as the color of amber.
So an angel appeared to Ezekiel. He's showing him something. Go ahead.
And he put forth the form of an hand, and took me by a lock of mine head. And the Spirit lifted me up between the earth and the heaven, and brought me in the visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the inner gate that looketh toward the north, where was the seat of the image of jealousy, which provoketh to jealousy.
He said the image of jealousy. He taking them to these churches. What they doing in there? Go ahead.
And behold, the glory of the God of Israel was there, according to the vision that I saw in the plain. Then said he unto me, Son of man, lift up thine eyes down the way toward the north. So I lifted up mine eyes the way toward the north, and behold, northward at the gate of the altar, this image of jealousy in the entry.
So they got an image of jealousy. All these idols that they got in the Roman Catholic Church got a lot of them in them. Go ahead.
Verse 6. He said furthermore unto me, Son of man, seest thou what they do? Even the great abominations that the house of Israel committed them, that I should go far off from my sanctuary? But turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations.
So we gonna say, he said, we looking at this same thing today. Go inside the church. What they got in there right now? Christmas tree. Someone got the Virgin Mary. Got crosses. Got fish symbols. Got an eagle up there. Talking about all this stuff they got in there. Go ahead, he gonna tell you. Go ahead.
Verse 7. And he brought me to the door of the court, and when I looked, behold, a hole in the wall.
Yes, sir.
Then said he unto me, Son of man, dig now in the wall. And when I had digged in the wall, behold, a door.
He telling us in the vision. He's looking at all this stuff. Dig in the wall. These metaphorical speaking stuff right here. Dig in the wall. In his vision, he's showing them all the abominations that Israel committed. Go ahead.
Verse 9, and he said unto me, Go in, and behold, the wicked abominations that they do here. So I went in and saw, and behold, every form of creeping things, and abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed upon the wall round about.
So they got all these idols round about in there, rolling, like ain't nothing happened. You say in the name of Jesus, all these idols they got in there. They got one big one in there this year, this part of the year, a Christmas tree. And all them little balls around them, with your planets. Go ahead.
Verse 11. And there stood before them 70 men of the ancients of the house of Israel. And in the midst of them stood Jazaniah, the son of Shaphan, with every man his censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up.
What else he saw? Go ahead.
Then said he unto me, Son of man, hast thou seen what the ancients of the house of Israel do in the dark? Every man in the chambers of his imagery? For they say, the Lord seeth us not. The Lord hath forsaken the earth.
See, that's the problem, people. In your mind, that's what he said. You see what they thinking in their mind? In their imagery, that's your mind. Don't fake it with God, y'all. Be true to him, because he see it all. He see it all. What verse?
13.
Go ahead.
He said also unto me, Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations they shall do.
You know, abomination is the highest deceit, the highest sin, abomination. He hates that.
That's right.
Go ahead.
14. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
Weeping for who?
Tammuz.
They weeping for Tammuz right here. It's in the book. They weeping still today for Tammuz. And they think it's Jesus. On December 25th, you celebrate his birthday. Tammuz's birthday, not Christ. What verse was that?
That was 14.
Read it again.
14. Then he brought me to the door of the gate of the Lord's house, which was toward the north. And behold, there sat women weeping for Tammuz.
So they weeping for Tammuz in the church. This is the church setting. Same stuff we read in history. Go ahead.
15. Then said he unto me, Hast thou seen this, O son of man?
Yeah, I seen it.
Turn thee yet again, and thou shalt see greater abominations than these.
Greater. Go ahead.
And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house.
Not in the Lord's house.
The Lord's house.
So you got to be careful and understand what you put in the Lord's house, preacher. They were putting all this in God's house. Go ahead.
And he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and behold, at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men, with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east, and they worship the sun toward the east.
So this is where you get sun worship from. Backs toward the temple. Right. They ain't caring about God's house. We face toward Jerusalem, toward the east. to the temple. They said, forget that. We're going to face toward the sun. Sun worshipers. But I ain't going to get into my next lesson. I'm going to end off that one. I want everybody to understand that, look, Jesus is not reaching for the seat. Don't get caught up in this stuff. Because your family members around. Because your loved ones around. Don't get caught up. All right, we're going to take up the offering. We're going to read the announcements. Anybody got anything to give? We will appreciate it. Yeah, I had to call it.
Hey, Pastor. Christmas is this Friday.
What? I thought it was. Yeah, that's good when you said that now.
Yeah, it is this Friday.
I said, I don't know, man, I'm a week early. I supposed to do this. I know I looked at the calendar. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just trying to get y'all some ammo. Boy, here we go, eat. Is it all? Yes, sir. Told you I had something for you, what? Go ahead, brother.
Announcements. Here at the House of Israel, we have a dress code. Men and boys, no tank tops, flip-flops, shorts, muscle shirts, no sagging pants, no hats, ripped jeans, or slides. Women and girls, no slides, tank tops, halter tops, no low-cut blouses, leggings, bodysuits, ripped jeans, no cleavage showing, no bra strap showing, no short skirts or dresses. Be mindful of your dresses and skirts because when you sit down, they can come up and show your thighs. This can be a distraction from the lesson. There will be no cross-dressing. Men should not wear women clothing nor women wearing men clothing. If this happens, you will be asked to leave until you can dress appropriately. Romans 12:1. Present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Cell phones and tablets. If you are using one during the lesson, please make sure you are not on anything that isn't pertaining to the lesson. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, etc. Baptism reminder.
And also, your giving is going right. We're just trying to make sure that we get everything right. Going into this COVID season, we don't know what's going to happen. So we ain't trying to make no moves, but we're going to get a place to worship. But we need this giving to come up now. Some of us giving like children, $1, $2, $5. You're making money, and we trying to accomplish something here. And believe me, I'm just, well, turn it on right now. Get in the in-house stuff.